It was the summer of 1969, and something magical was happening deep in the heart of New York City. Gladys Knight and the Pips mesmerizing the crowd with their live performance of I Heard It Through the Grapevine. Yes, one of the many all-star musical acts at the Harlem Cultural Festival.
The Harlem Cultural Festival was this beautiful event. Sly and the Family Stone, B.B. King, Nina Simone.
Are you ready, black people? Are you ready?
All types of artists, pop acts of the day, gospel acts like Mahalia Jackson. All these key figures in black music came together.
The breathtaking performances so beautifully documented in vivid color. Now featured in the new Hulu documentary, Summer of Soul, directed by Ahmir Thompson, otherwise known as Questlove.
This film is unpacking a lot of emotion for people that I didn't realize.
The festival came at a heartbreaking and historic time in Black America, 1 year after the assassination of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
Sort of the impetus of the whole festival was the fact that when Martin Luther King was assassinated, all of America, inner city America, went up in flames with rioting. And not wanting a repeat performance of what happened, that made it easier for the city to okay the idea of having some sort of event that would keep people occupied during the weekend.
The festival's main goal was to remind us of who we are, remind us of what's important to us, remind us of where we came from and the community that we've managed to build in spite of everything that this country has done to try to tear us down.
The 6-week festival showcased an astonishing group of performers, the likes of David Ruffin of The Temptations,
I've got sunshine on a cloudy day.
a baby-faced 19-year-old Stevie Wonder, the Chambers Brothers, and pop soul group The Fifth Dimension. The crowd who come to see those acts, 300,000 strong.
As far as I could see, it was just black people. This was the first time I'd ever seen so many of us. It was incredible.
But the footage of the festival lost to history, buried in the archives for 50 years.
It's just sort of disposed of and forgotten about, not really written about or celebrated.
Until now, brought back to life by Questlove.
I'm realizing that, I'm looking at over 40 hours of footage of really some amazing performances, and I'm just trying to rack my brain out to think who would deny this? Like, who would deny this performances and these powerful stories? It's 50 years later, and I still feel as though the material is potent and strong enough to still inspire people and touch them.
That same summer, 100 miles away, another historic festival was taking place. One that was said to have defined that age of music and history, Woodstock.
It was just very, very beautiful, like all the people were together.
With iconic performances from The Who, Carlos Santana, and Jimi Hendrix.
Woodstock comes out, and suddenly all the acts that were on the festival were household names.
While Woodstock was hailed as a pivotal moment in popular culture, the Harlem Cultural Festival was practically forgotten.
The true lesson that I've learned from all this is that the term black erasure is real and not an exaggeration. This particular event wasn't allowed the same process, and it just sat in someone's basement for 50 years. My purpose was to correct history.
It happened during a critical new era for Black America, a time when pain gave way to purpose, progress, and defiance.
You are having a younger generation, sort of like the second generation of the civil rights movement, that's more vocal, more demanding for justice and equal rights. So you have Martin's era of the civil rights movement, which is more about peaceful protesting and a lot of patience in the face of bloodshed and disrespect. Whereas now you're starting to see the Panthers have a different approach to it, where they're even identifying themselves as black. They're protesting louder.
The documentary examining how black culture and identity itself was changing.
It's a revolution, style revolution, cultural revolution. We found that the African styles just suit us better.
The hair was the biggest change.
Afros.
The black community has always embraced our blackness. The difference is that we no longer hid it from white people. What shifted was that we were no longer comfortable being less so that racist white people could be more. We decided to be our full selves.
And as America continues to grapple with this history of racism, looking back can be just as important as looking forward.
This is why Black History Week became Black History Month. And this is why we say Black History always. Because so many of these stories were simply denied or erased. This is an opportunity to pick up some of those pieces and put them in the books where they belong.
I hope to at least plant the seeds that you use your voice when the spirit compels you to, and not to quiet your voice or to be neutral if you're afraid you're going to lose something in the process. I hope that's what people get from this.
Hi everyone, George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.